ンピース海賊無双4。任務を遂行する。
What's up, man? I've been playing the Switch version of this, which I got 2 days ago. Sure is different playing this at Lock 60. Switch port's not bad though. I actually bought the DLC. I bought this guy. The characters are fun to use. It's just that they took so damn long to put them out that they're not interesting to most people because they don't bother to add any content to go with them. But on a fresh file, they're actually quite fun. Something different. I never really hated this game. I just don't like DLC is kind of poor. Cutscenes on this level are annoying. This level's just fun because it's fast. A lot of enemies. Also, the dramatic log levels are randomized, so sometimes you get ones that are really bad because they're really long, or it'll be one where you have to like protect somebody and the map's too big. It was their attempt at adding replay value to the maps after you've beaten them once, but I don't particularly like it. A lot of times it gives you a really big level, and depending on the objective, it can make things worse. So whenever I do a gameplay video of the DLC, I just use this map because it's the same every time. This game's different from other Musou games where, you know, the map is the same every time, so if you find one you like, then you can always rely on it. In this game you can't do that. They should have added something more interesting than making effort to randomize the maps. More things to grind for would have really helped. I like how every time they make a tweet on the Namco account, Namco USA account about One Piece, everybody keeps saying like the characters are great, but there's no content to use them on. I wonder, are they like even listening? If you want people to buy the DLC and you take like over 6 months to release it and it's still not done, it's still going to be another like 2-3 months before the final batch. They need to add something for the people that actually played the game and beat it. It doesn't take that long to do everything in this game, unless you count, like, maxing everybody out, but as we all know, a lot of characters in this game are really shitty, so not everybody wants to do that. Which is kind of a shame, because this game only has, like, a couple dozen characters, so maxing everybody out is more feasible than it would be in, like, you know, a Dynasty Warriors game or something where there's like 90 characters. But a lot of them aren't fun to play. I maxed out the ones I like, and I actually like a decent amount of the roster, but not really much to do after that. I don't know, it just feels tone deaf to me. And Koei's done way better DLC than this. This guy's cool though, Barney. I call him Barney. Definitely the coolest character they've added. I would hope the Zelda one has a lot of content because it only has 8 characters. It's like 8 or 10 characters. So I would hope so. They all do look fun to play though. They're all actually unique. I don't know, the first Hyrule Warriors had too much of a good thing though. There's a lot of stuff to unlock, but a lot of the movesets are really bad, and they had an obsession with making you play the shitty movesets to get to the ones that you want, which is what wasn't fun about it. Oh, there's Barney mode. Sure. Like, these guys don't even come with passives. I find that to be incredibly stupid. Why do they not have passives? It's one thing to, like, expect them to add, like, a whole campaign for these guys or something, but you can't even add, like, a passive? And gamers definitely have an unrealistic idea of, like, what it takes to make a game, but I don't think anybody can say it takes a lot of effort to add at least a passive to these guys. You know, it's like if they don't want to make like a new mode or something, they could at least give you an extra passive so you could play some of your favorites in different ways, but you don't even get that. You basically get nothing. Which I don't think is right. I was fully expecting there to be at least some passives. Mix things up a little bit, but they didn't even, they did like the bare minimum. Which is a shame because the characters themselves definitely had a lot of work put into them. They didn't just give them a clone moveset or anything. The only one that's got clone moves is Judge, the big bearded armor guy. Sorry, I don't watch One Piece, so I don't remember their names. Can't believe this menu has not been tuned either. This menu is awful. I get more tired messing with this menu than I do actually playing the game. Avengers has that problem too. Avengers has a lot of unique set pieces and stuff that you don't see in the multiplayer. So the multiplayer is just the same environments over and over, which doesn't bother me. You know, I play Musou games, so I don't really care about having unique places to fight. It's more just giving me things to do. Having an interesting end game or like gear or something to grind for, really keep me going. I don't really need a crazy backdrop to do it in. But in Avengers' case, it's definitely weird. They could easily use some of those areas and chunks of the levels and stuff and make some more interesting maps. But instead it's just the same thing. I find it weird that that's everybody's one of the biggest complaints. It's the same environment over and over. I'm like, have you ever played a loot game before? Almost every loot game devolves into running the same map ad nauseum. In varying degrees. I agree that in Avengers it's really bad. It's the same, like, 4 objectives and the same tile set for all of the endgame content. But that's like par for the course for a loot game. You know, DFO's have been around for 15 years. What do you do in that? You do hell mode grinding, which is like the first 20 seconds of a level over and over and over and over again. At least people are complaining about the loot, though. The loot is really shitty in that game. I haven't played DFO in years because it stopped being a beat 'em up. It's just about one-shotting everything, doing as much damage as possible. Stopped being for me. I liked DFO better when the leveling content was actually hard, because that was the fun part of the game for me. Not a bunch of dumb gimmicky raids, damage phases, and like permanent hyper armor. Not my thing. I really don't think DFO will be around much longer. People forget that game is almost as old as World of Warcraft. They're like a year and some change apart. Like when I say DFO is like the World of Warcraft of action MMOs, and how like nobody can really beat it. You know, there are a couple games that have come close, but you know, it's always the main one. That pretty much is the case, because they're both around the same age. Pretty much exactly same age. I don't know, Koreans are the only ones, the Korean developers are the only ones that make MMOs that I would actually want to play. You know, I know Final Fantasy XIV is like the hot game right now, but Tab Target's fucking boring to me. That shit's like torture for me to play. I need something with actual action gameplay. The Koreans are the only ones that put it out, but a lot of times they have really predatory design. Look at this guy nodding his head. Freaking out. I should be close to maxing him out now. I didn't think Dragon's Crown was that great either. Dragon's Crown was also kind of just spamming your most powerful move endlessly. Better overall package than DFO. You didn't really need a party. You could do most of the content in the game by yourself, so that gets rid of a lot of the toxicity that DFO tends to have, which is another thing I don't really like about it. How toxic people get because you didn't get perfect RNG to get your best in slot gear, because that's all that really mattered in that game. Skill was secondary to RNG. You know, you could do like one hell run and get like your best in slot gear, or at least the weapon. And that made you better than somebody like me who, you know, I'm good at beat 'em ups. I'm good at controlling the character. I have good execution. But I didn't like doing raids, and I didn't like just banging my head against the wall with RNG to get something decent. So I was never a top player, and I was okay with that. I still had fun playing the game, but kind of just came to the point where I realized I don't really like the endgame in DFO. I like the gameplay, but a lot of what I like about the gameplay, you can't really do in the end game, because it's just about putting giant hitboxes on the screen and doing 50 trillion damage. Dragon's Crown was definitely a lot of spamming the same move over and over. The loot was also very boring too. The end game was basically just kind of like Avengers. It was just like the same couple. It was rooms from the campaign, just like randomized. I did it for a while, but the loot wasn't very interesting. Kind of had the same problem Avengers has, where it's like wasn't really much to really go for. It wasn't anything that really much that changed how you played. That is one thing that DFO does do really well compared to other games that have tried to imitate that kind of gameplay loop. Like, there are some things in that game that are legit fun to have, but the problem is the meta is all about the raids, and the raids are about just doing as much damage as possible. And since nothing staggers in the raids, well, what does it matter if your move gets a cool property from that gear you're using? If everything's in permanent hyper armor, there is no point. It completely loses its purpose. Which is kind of what made me lose most of my interest. Because I just liked it because it was a beat-em-up that had progression. And it was a service game. I didn't like the raids and stuff. You know, if I wanted that, I would play like Warcraft or something. Just all the excessive invincibility phases and hyper armor all the time and the toxicity. Not my thing.
当然の結果だ。古代種の力侮ってもらっては困る。信じられん。
Closers are supposed to come back next month. It's going to be shutting down for a week, and then they're going to come back with the 64-bit client. I kind of stopped playing that game at a good time because everybody else stopped playing, but main problem I had with it was the raids were like a slideshow. The raids there were more fun than DFO because it wasn't just spamming your most powerful move, there was actual strategy and timing to using your moves because the bosses don't stagger to anything, but you have to actually use your moves that make you invincible at the right times. It's not like DFO where everything is just do whatever the stupid gimmick is and then just pop all your cubes and that's it. There's not much else to it. The raids, for what they were worth, the raids and closers were actually more up my alley, and you could also do most of them by yourself too. Definitely felt like the better way to do a beat-em-up boss that doesn't stagger to anything. So at least making the core gameplay mechanics require you to actually have some thought and strategy to it. Instead of just, you know, this move does 80,000% of my normal attack. You know, I'm just gonna spam that and everything else under it. And that's it. It's like, not a beat 'em up anymore at that point. At least in closers, when you got to that point, you know, you still had to pay attention. I definitely would like if that game had more enemies that you actually could stagger, because that was where a lot of the fun was, but they did it better than most.
任務を遂行する。
負けないわ。
俺もこの力存分に発揮しよう。止める。邪魔だ。縄張りは渡さねえよ。してみろ。次で息の根を あっけなかったな。
それで終わりじゃねえよな。派手にやっちまいな。
いざって時に使えねえやつほどくだらねえものはね勝負は預けよう。
父の敵だ。
二度とその面見せんでね
当然だ。健康の実力はこんなものではない。上戸の土産だ。この姿目に焼き付ける。
あんたの強さは分かります。やっちまったか。このままですぐと思うなよ。
次だ。
すごいじゃないか。
褒めてあげるよ。
終わらせるぞ。
仕切り直しだ。また来てやるよ。国を乗っ取ろうとした怪物を野放しにしとくわけにはいきません。
いいわよ。もっとやっちゃって。
邪魔するんじゃねえぜ。簡単に引き下がるように逃げた。お見事、噂通りの実力です。かなわねえ。痛逃げろ。
もう終わりか。
それで終わりじゃねえよな。派手にやっちまいな。
俺を怒らせるな。なんとか巻き返さねえ。止める。 さっちはよくもやってくれたな。お前が苦しむばかり邪魔だ。次で息を
あっけなかったな。
そうそう、この調子でさっさと片付けて。
てめえだけは絶対許さん。俺を怒らせたこと後悔させてやる。これが最後だ。襟をつけようじゃねえか。さっきのレイナまだだと。で蹴りをつけようじゃねえ。止める。邪魔だ。縄張りは誰にも渡さねえ。止める。邪魔だ。
私に任せて。
まんままんま勝つのは大好きさ。
信じられん。
I think he's just about ready for his video. It's kind of what I'm doing right now. Just getting this guy ready for his video. I wasn't expecting him to be so fun to play. He looked really boring in the videos, but he's definitely a blast to play. It's just I don't have anything to use him on, so it's kind of old, fast. They used Cheat Engine to max out the Wolverine guy. I, like, spawn somebody to fight? I don't want to play a person. Like, can I, like, actually fight somebody? What's the point of a training mode if you can't spawn somebody? I don't even know what I'm doing yet. I don't want to play somebody. I want to play the computer. What the fuck is this? Why can't you spawn someone else? So the training mode is like completely pointless? How do I spawn someone to actually fight against? I don't know what the mechanics are. Why do so many games have shitty training modes? It didn't even give me a target to fight. How do I spawn somebody? Hey, can I, like, fight something? It's just an empty room. Oh, okay. Oh, so it's got, like, chains. Huh. Yeah, it's got, like, Magic Series. Jab short, fierce, roundhouse. This map sucks to train in, though. Get anything off that launcher, that's what I'm curious about. Chains are like, they're like Capcom games as well. You can't go to the next part of a chain without actually making contact with something. You can't cancel the dash. This game's pretty cool. When does this come out? I'm definitely interested in that. That looks kind of up my alley. Oh, December. That's actually perfect for me because I don't have any games to play in December. At least not new stuff. Old games, sure. A lot of things I'll be playing will be updated, but I didn't have anything new for December, so I think I'll ask for a review key for that. That tutorial was legit bad, though. It didn't teach me any of those mechanics at all. You know, I've been playing fighting games for like decades, so I picked it up pretty quickly, but all that tutorial taught you was the basic controls. It didn't teach you anything about how the mechanics work or the system or the defensive stuff. That's definitely something they're going to have to improve if they want people to actually play it. It actually felt pretty good though. The controls felt pretty good. So today's the summer festival. Let's see if there's anything cool in here I might be interested in. So do some dumpster diving. This one for sure. I want to try that one. Yeah, if I didn't have fighting game fundamentals, I would have been totally lost playing that. Really, really poor tutorial. It doesn't do a good job of teaching you. Ooh, what is this? This looks cool. It's mostly shooting though, so those kind of games really tire out my hands. I don't know if I could really play that. Especially when you have to like aim with both sticks and use the trigger. I start to get really tired. Whoa, what is this? This looks decent. Oh, there's a demo for this. I've been following this one. Alright, let's grab this one. I wonder what the conversion rate is for actually looking at these trailers. The ones that actually get straight to gameplay. Because some of the people that make these games, bless their heart, you know, just because these games aren't for me doesn't mean they're bad games, but you really only have like 5 seconds to make someone interested. That's a very commonly said thing in the Steam market, like the indie market or industry, whatever you want to call it. Like you have like literally 5 seconds to pique someone's interest. So when they go into like a minute long cutscene, you have to wonder like how much that actually hurts them. It hurts their bottom line. Because I have to do this to find cool stuff to play that's not like super well known. And it gets really frustrating when they put up like a 3-minute CG trailer or it's just them talking. It's like you need to show the actual gameplay like quickly. I have a pretty decent attention span, judging by how I do all this and stuff, but most people don't. You need to get to the point quickly. Movement in this looks decent. It doesn't look that interesting. Oh, I think I heard of this one. Good example here. First 5 seconds there's gameplay. Like, show me what I'm actually buying. I'll care about the story when they actually buy it. This looks pretty good. I think I've heard of this one before. No, Souls-like. Pass. Hard pass. No thank you. Is there anything cool in platformers? So I like platformers too. What? What the hell? Attack of the Poop. Oh, man. Hey, what's this one? Okay. No.
Sup everyone to this
You think it was that?
Meh. At least they had mostly raw gameplay. Like, they had the trailer and the raw gameplay, but I'm not even sure how well that works, actually. Generally, just one trailer where you actually show the game gives you a better chance of being noticed. Because a lot of people aren't going to click on the second trailer. Like, this one is pretty short and to the point. You're actually seeing gameplay pretty quickly. This looks decent. What is this, roguelike? I'll give this one a shot. I'm not gonna do all of these today, by the way. I'll be working on these over the next few days. Just kind of looking for some indie games to play. It's not that much that I'm terribly interested in. RPG didn't have anything. Platformer had a couple that looked decent. Wow, this is a shooter. Pass. Alright, I'll be right back while this downloads. Can't skip the cutscenes. I need to get to the menu. Oh, this frame rate's really bad. I can't change it from 1440? That's probably why it's lagging so much. That's really weird. Why can you not change the resolution? Why is it locked to my max resolution? The game seems like it's really demanding. It's like, let me change everything else. It wouldn't let me touch the resolution. I'm sure if I put it down to 1080, it probably would have been fine. Pretty bad oversight on their part. A lot of people are going to try that game and it's going to run like shit. You can't change it. demos. I haven't seen anything I really want to buy yet. That's the point of demos. We don't get demos for games much anymore. Demo's supposed to be paying full price and getting a broken game. And then on Steam you refund it. Wait 6 months, and then when it's $10 you buy it again, when they actually fix it. It's nice to have some actual demos for a change. There's no risk. You don't have to actually have the money to buy something to try it. I like that Steam is doing demos, though. I think that's something we need more of. Especially on PC, where you can't rent the games. You know, consoles still have physical media, so you can rent them or buy them used or borrow them from a friend or something, but on PC you kind of just have to hope for the best, which there's so many crappy games on PC, so it's a lot harder to do that. I like that they're doing this. This looks like the second time this year they've done this. Really cool idea. You know, some of these demos have a really obvious lack of polish. Like the Override one, not teaching you anything about the mechanics whatsoever. It just teaches you how to control the character. And then that other one I tried, I couldn't get it to run below 1440p. Seems like it's either really demanding or it's poorly optimized or both. Oh wow, is this actually coming out? I've been waiting for this one for a long time. Foregone, yeah, I was kind of looking at that one. They sold out to Epic though, the developers. I can see why they did that though. It looks way too similar to Dead Cells. I looked up some gameplay to that. It legit looks like Dead Cells DLC or like a midquel or something. They're getting endlessly compared to it, even though it's like it's not a roguelike. It's like a linear single player experience. But they made it look too similar to Dead Cells. Everybody's just calling it a copy. I have no idea how well it plays, but I can see why they took the Epic deal. They probably weren't going to make their money back without it. It's just going to be endlessly compared to Dead Cells. It's like the exact same art style. Because Epic pays. The reason why indie developers they sell out to Epic is because they pay them enough to like either break even or I think it's like a small profit or both. I'm not sure which one it is. That they get financial stability. So even if the game would not have sold much, at least not to break even or be able to still make games after, and then they're safe on there. But the problem is gamers hate it, and for good reason. There's a lot of legitimate reasons to not like Epic. No, it's completely different, but it looks exactly the same, and I think that's why people are not interested. Main reason I don't like Epic is because Steam is a monopoly, sure. Competition is healthy for the consumer, but Epic is lacking like tons of stuff. They don't have anything like big picture mode. The weirdest thing to me is that there's no forums on Epic, and they have early access games on there. So it's like, how are you going to have an early access game and you have no forum? It's like, yes, you can get people to go to a Discord, but Discord only allows you to have 100 servers joined at the same time. And it's always an issue. The conversion rate of getting somebody to click on like an external link, like your YouTube or your Patreon or Twitter or Instagram or whatever, is like pretty small. Like, if I was an early access developer, I probably would not want to be Epic exclusive. Because it makes people jump through hoops to give feedback instead of just posting it on the forum. They're missing a lot of features that we take for granted on Steam. And I think that's the most legitimate reason to not support Epic. There's plenty of other ethical reasons to do so, but They're not much of a competitor. The only reason they're a competitor is because they they buy people out. That's it. Yeah, that Foregone game is on here, but it's got a year of exclusivity. Not a year, I think it's like 6 months or whatever. It's a shame. It looks like a pretty decent game, but it looks far too similar to Dead Cells. And people even think it's a roguelike. It's like, that's what happens when your game looks too similar to a really popular game. It has to really stand out. Even though it does, because it's not a roguelike. But, yeah. Maybe when it comes to Steam. This looks pretty cool. Kind of an amateurish art style, but it looks mechanically pretty good. I might give this one a shot, but I'm kind of like stacked with games right now. I haven't done any Neo 2 prep time. I haven't done, well, I haven't heard back about the Onichan Bar Origin Key, but somebody else in my community, they are also a content creator, and they have not heard back, so I will have the benefit of knowing if they get one and I don't, then that basically means that I did not get approved. I don't think they're going to have that many people asking for that game, especially since there's no store page for it yet, so I don't know what to expect there. I do have that little baseline to go off of. I've got a little money saved up to buy it if I don't get it. I would hope that I'm eligible. I mean, it'd only take a couple minutes of looking at my channel to see that I play those kinds of games religiously. So this is early access. What are they planning to add? I might try this out. Probably ask for a key for it actually before buying it. Doesn't seem like they're getting much traction on it. It doesn't look appealing to the eye, and that for an indie game, that's very important. You need to appeal to the eye, like, right away. And if you don't, then chances are people aren't really going to stick around. That's just the reality of it. There's lots of games on here that have really shitty art styles, but they're great to play. Alright, well, I'm going to take a break. Going to snack up. I need to make tomorrow's video. I might try to queue up enough videos through the 11th, because I need to get ready for the anniversary stream. That's going to be on the 15th. Not the 15th, but the 11th. So, that's going to be Sunday. I think I'll be doing a couple days. I think I've decided that doing everything in one day is going to be really hard. There's a lot of stuff I don't have access to. I'm kind of running low on hard drive space, and then setting up emulators and stuff. I have most of that done. I just have to figure out exactly what it is I'm going to play. But the first day will be on the 11th, because that's the actual anniversary. I might try to do like a week or something, but it depends on what my schedule is. Because I'm supposed to be getting 9 Monkeys of Shaolin this week. And then there's Onichan Origin, which I did get on PS4, but the frame rate was really making me not feel good. There's that coming, and then there's the Neo 2 DLC on the same day. And then there's Memory of Heroes, which I paid off yesterday. So, there's a lot going on. I'm going to try to do a couple days. I think a lot of people have actually been around for most of those years. Some people have been around since the PS2 days. I'm going to try to represent everybody the best I can. I do have some PS2 games set up. I have some PS3 stuff set up as well. I might have to put some more time into that. I think it'll be a fun little thing. Maybe I'll raise some funds or something. I don't know. We'll see. In terms of when I'll be back, probably around KOF time. Thanks for watching.